More than 2,000 years ago, a machine was built to calculate the heavens. It was small enough to fit inside a wooden case. But inside that case was a system of bronze gears so precise that it could follow the movements of the sun and the moon, track ancient calendars, and anticipate eclipses. Nothing else like it has survived from the ancient world. For centuries, historians believed that complex mechanical technology belonged to a much later age. Then, beneath the dark waters of the Aegean Sea, a shipwreck revealed something that should not have existed. In 1900, a group of Greek sponge divers was caught in a violent storm near the island of Antikythera. They anchored beside the island and waited for the sea to calm. When one of the divers finally descended, he found the remains of an ancient ship scattered across the seabed. They were statues. Bronze vessels, amphorae, and beneath the sand, the remains of a cargo that had been lost for almost 2,000 years. The divers began bringing the treasure to the surface. But among the marble figures and bronze fragments was something far less impressive. A dark, corroded lump of metal. It was broken into pieces and sealed beneath layers of mineral deposits. At first, nobody knew what it was. Then, in Athens, the object began to split along its ancient cracks. And inside the corrosion, researchers saw something impossible. Gears. Not one gear, dozens. Delicate bronze wheels, cut with astonishing precision and packed together inside a compact mechanism. It looked like a machine, but it was a machine designed to calculate the sky. The object became known as the Antikythera Mechanism. The ship that carried it sank in the 1st century before Christ. But the mechanism may have been built decades earlier, perhaps around the 2nd century before Christ. That means it may not have a new invention when it disappeared beneath the sea. It may already have been old, expensive. And valuable enough to be transported with the private belongings of someone powerful. But the real mystery was not that the mechanism had survived. The mystery was that anyone had been able to build it at all. The bronze plates were fused together. Some of the gears had been destroyed. Others were missing completely. The inscriptions were worn down until they were almost impossible to read. For decades, the device remained a silent block of metal. Then, X-ray imaging opened a hidden world inside it. Each gear translated one cycle of time into another. A rotation representing a day could become the movement of the sun. Another system could reproduce the changing phases of the moon. And one of its most unusual mechanisms imitated the moon's irregular motion across the sky. The ancient builders understood this, and they found a way to reproduce it with bronze. On the back of the device were spiral displays linked to major astronomical cycles. One represented the Metonic cycle, 19 years in which lunar months and solar years could be brought back into alignment. To the people of the ancient world, an eclipse was not simply a spectacle. It could carry religious meaning, social meaning, political meaning. The mechanism turned those enormous cycles in the heavens into something a person could hold in their hands. And the inscriptions may have explained how to use it. Written in ancient Greek, they appear to contain astronomical information and operating instructions, almost like a manual. A manual for a machine that had been built more than 2,000 years ago. But the mechanism may have shown more than the cycles of the sun and moon. Modern reconstructions suggest that its front display could have represented the ancient Greek cosmos. The sun, the moon, and the 5 planets visible to the naked eye. That planetary display is not completely preserved, but the surviving evidence shows that the builders understood planetary periods. This was not a modern clock. It did not count every second. For more than a century, researchers debated the calendar ring on its back. Some earlier interpretations suggested that it followed a 365-day Egyptian calendar. But in 2024, an analysis of the surviving fragments estimated that the ring most likely contained around 354 or 355 positions. The result does not solve every mystery, but it changes the question. The builders may not have copied an outside system. They may have designed the mechanism around the way time was understood in their own world. So, who built it? The answer is still uncertain. Its design reflects a tradition of Greek astronomy, mathematics, and precision engineering. It may have been connected to workshops in Rhodes, or to the scientific circles influenced by thinkers such as Hipparchus and Archimedes. But no name has been found, no blueprint, no complete instruction manual, only fragments. And then comes the greatest mystery of all. Why did this technology disappear? The ancient Greek world produced extraordinary mathematics, astronomy, architecture, and mechanical theory. Yet almost none of its complex geared instruments survived. The knowledge may have remained inside a few workshops. It may have been passed from master to apprentice. It may have been lost through war, economic collapse, political change, or the destruction of technical texts. Technology does not always disappear because it was impossible. Sometimes it disappears because the people who know how to make it are gone. A tradition that once flourished, then vanished. We often imagine history as a straight line. Simple tools come first. Advanced machines come later. Every age is supposed to know more than the one before it. But history does not always move forward. Sometimes knowledge rises. Sometimes it breaks apart. Sometimes it sinks beneath the sea and waits 2,000 years to be found. The Antikythera Mechanism survived because a ship sank. It remained hidden beneath darkness, sand, and silence, while the world that created it disappeared. Today, only fragments remain. Corroded plates, broken gears, faded inscriptions. But those fragments reveal enough. More than 2,000 years ago, someone looked at the sky and decided that its movements could be recreated in bronze. The cycles of the heavens became gears, pointers, scales, and spirals. A machine was built to make the invisible visible. And it still forces us to reconsider the ancient world. Not because it came from outside human history, but because it came from within it and was almost lost.